Glenn was fine. I think might be taping there.
Yeah.
Okay, well said. Well, we're making waves again here at DefSec Atlantic. A lot of great conversations happening, I tell you. We certainly look forward to our next guest. Nick Burchill's been around this industry for a long time, in uniform and now out of uniform. Nick, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sure. Nick Burchill, and I'm the VP of Sales for Kongsberg Maritime in Canada. And we've known each other for way too long.
Right.
And I've been in the industry for, I guess, really on the maritime side of things since I was 18 years old.
Wow.
And joined the Naval Reserve, and then that spun off into a challenging business career, and I've been with Kongsberg for, 22 years now.
Wow.
Time flies.
Jeez, where's time go, hey?
Yeah.
Naval Reserve, where did you join, Nick?
At Brunswicker in St. John.
All right, so
grew up
what connected a kid from New Brunswick to the Navy? What inspired you to join the Naval Reserve?
Well, I think I got shanghaied actually.
Okay.
I ended up, just doing some stuff and trying to make a go at things. And I had an uncle that was a Navy Padre, or I have an uncle who was a Navy Padre.
Yeah.
And one day I ended up going for a drive with him. Next thing I know, I'm talking to this guy with shiny boots, and I'm signing a piece of paper, and stayed in the reserves for 16 years.
Oh, wow.
So
that's fantastic.
Both our roots are in the reserves. Al went Reg Force. I stayed in the reserves, but
Yeah. No, Al and I, we were on a ski team together at one point.
a ski team.
Yes, it was highly ceremonial. I don't think we ever competed.
I was going to say, well, we'll talk about that in another podcast.
So, Nick, you're here now with Kongsberg. Kongsberg doing great things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're a technology company, probably one of the larger ocean technology companies. A lot of growth, a lot of changes, a lot of challenges in the last couple of years.
Right.
With different things, downturn in oil and gas, and some other bumps in the road.
Yeah.
COVID, of course, has
Yeah.
been challenging, but it's been steady. There's been a lot of really positive things happening lately.
Right.
We're gaining momentum. I think the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
The Americas region is really where my focus is, and we're seeing things picking up quite well. We've got a lot of new toys to play with. Growth in our in Kongsberg Maritime is almost doubled.
Right.
Since an acquisition a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Now getting into the area of a little bit more into propulsion. We're doing steering gear, stabilizers, whereas traditionally here in Canada, at least from the Halifax side of things, always did a lot of underwater acoustics and mapping systems, and that was kind of our core business here.
So you're pivoting from acoustics to propulsion.
Doing a little. Well, Kongsberg Maritime does a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We are basically a full service provider for the maritime industry, defense and civil. So we do everything from bridge systems, right through to propulsion and acoustic systems. Most of the Coast Guard vessels, not many people know, but most of the Coast Guard vessels that do mapping for the hydrographic service and for DFO are equipped with Kongsberg equipment.
Wow. Nick, I mean, this show is great. It's great to be back in person again, shaking, bumping elbows, shaking hands, whatever people are comfortable with. But it's great to be looking people in the eyes and kind of getting business done. There's a lot of business getting done over the last couple of days. Would you agree?
Yeah. No, it's a great environment. The venue's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's nice. It was really, really nice to walk through those doors.
Yeah.
I personally, spent a lot of time on the road prior to COVID, and this is my first trade show in, I guess it's 18, 19 months.
Yeah.
So, and this is my hometown too, so it's nice to...
You didn't have to travel far.
No.
Yeah.
Just across the bridge.
Just across the bridge, right.
I travel a lot for business as well, but in 2 years hadn't traveled. In the last 8 days, been on a plane twice. Like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
Well, you're not alone. I'm sure there's a lot of people in the room that are having the same experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, this is your hometown, but I know packing to come to this trade show, I think I have 8 suits packed in 2 days.
That was a bit of a gamble.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
and then I chose this one, Nick.
Well,
purple.
We can't.
I had a purple one yesterday, so we had to coordinate.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were, taking a bit of a gamble when they get up in the morning to come to this,
Right.
whether or not that suit's going to fit
No,
after.
yeah, that's true
after
too.
19
had it
months
on in a
closet.
while, hey?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Great. So we talk about the growth in the industry, and so that equates to there's so much opportunity.
Yeah.
You see the opportunities at play right now as this industry emerges.
Yeah, it's really dynamic. There's a lot on the go. It's like a bit of a sleeping giant. Everything toned down a bit. Nobody knew what to expect
Right.
over the last few months. There's a real optimism in the air right now.
Right.
We haven't seen anything go away. All the opportunities are there, and in fact, they're growing. So it's a really good vibe that we're getting right now, and it's people are progressing, and it's waking up, and the momentum is gaining, and you can really see it here.
Right. Jerry, what are your thoughts?
Well, as you're talking, I think the average citizen needs to know that this country needs protection, and I think a lot of the services that you're providing are important services. And all I can think about as a business person for 30 years is that this community, this country needs what you're providing, and I think hopefully the government keeps driving this forward because we got a big coastline to cover.
Yeah.
Very exciting time to be in the defense and the marine industry right now. And Nick, I want to thank you very much for
thanks,
taking a
guys.
few minutes and talking about Nick Burchill, talking about Kongsberg Marine. It's funny, in the trade show, indeed in Canada, when people talk about Kongsberg Marine, they just say Nick. Yeah, just talk to Nick. It's always Nick. Nick is the guy. And Nick, it's really great to have you. You're making
Thanks,
a
guys.
real big impact here, and we certainly appreciate it. We certainly appreciate what you've done for the Navy and your service and your continued service in the industry. So thanks a lot.
Thanks, and thanks for having me here. I really appreciate the invitation, and keep spreading the word.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.